Hello everybody and welcome to a stream. Here, give me a second. Adjust my headphones here. They're not the most comfortable. I still have to break these guys in a little bit here. Okay, so today I just really wanted to do some coloring of my piece, the weapon of choice. A couple of things. I'm going to apologize if the camera gets a little shaky here and there. That is because my camera is attached to my desk and I don't have a cool enough stand for my iPad yet to do that separately. So every now and then you'll get one of these wobbles. Not the end of the world. Second thing, my landlord is making some noise downstairs, so you might hear some random knocking every now and then throughout this video. Ironically, that's because he's putting up some insulation for soundproofing so that he doesn't bother me in the future when it comes to that stuff, which is really cool of him, and I'm very happy that that's going to be the case. But anyway, post-birthday for me, I just really wanted to get into coloring these two pieces. I haven't had a ton of time recently. So I'm going to dive in on the iPad and start coloring. I think I got some way to get some music while I'm doing that. Feel free to chat along if you're watching, and I'll read chat as I can, and we'll see if we get this going. If the music doesn't work, I would very much like to know that. Just try checking out some stream beats. Okay. Well, it looks like it's working. Let me know if it ends up being too loud. Okay. So, get to some flatting. After I get my chat back up here, just in case anybody joins in. Okay, so this is the boring part of coloring, but it is very important. Let me first get onto a new layer. Don't want to screw up right off the bat. Let's do this in the easiest way possible. Start with the character. Fun. And probably one of the most intricate portions of it. So. Just accurate enough. And also, I got my new stream set up. I'm actually going to be making a video for how to decorate your OBS streams. Because I just went through redoing it also, I might as well share how I did it. Also, my intro is going to have to be changed now because all of my colors for my channel have kind of switched, which means I'll be probably doing an animation video on Procreate soon to show how best to get like the kind of intros that I got going on here. It's essentially going to be the same thing, but in a different location. It's also really good practice for me because I'm pretty new to animation and repetition, you know? It's how you learn. Basically, what I'm doing is what's called flatting. So essentially, on individual layers, I'm giving myself what individual things are. At the moment, I'm just going to go very broad with that. Like, I'm going to give myself a character layer for Kurt Russell here. And that's just going to be a flat color. It doesn't really matter what color it is at the moment, as long as it is on its own layer. And then I will go through, get the background, which will be its own layer. Honestly, I'll probably just be real fast with that. I probably won't flat out anything with there. We'll just go with one layer. Drop color. And then we'll get things like the fire and the thing itself. What's in there? ideally, because I know I'm going to spend far too much time working on these two pieces, this will probably be a couple of streams. Today, the doggo and my wife are out on a little hike, so I got at least a couple of hours before they get back. I might do another stream tonight if I don't get as far as I'd like to. Ideally, if I get both of these completely flatted out, I'm happy, because that means that the next time I get to work on it, it'll just be the fun part, which should go pretty quick, which is actually like just rendering and coming up with things. There's probably going to be a little bit of, speaking of rendering, there's probably going to be a little bit of me messing around with the actual like lighting, because I didn't do a particularly good job with the fire light source. So there's going to be a little bit of tinkering with that. I probably won't mess around with like the line work. I'll just put a lot of high contrast shading into it. Alright, so basically what I'm doing is I'm using the lasso tool to select only the stuff that I want to fill in with color. Procreate here is awesome for this, because if you were using Photoshop, you would have to essentially like loop an area that you can see, and then use a Alt key or whatever or a Shift key to keep adding to that and add the area, which you can get pretty quick at. But this is really convenient because you can just keep the line going. When you lift your pen, it doesn't just automatically loop and select the area. It waits for you to finish and complete the whole selection, which is just far too convenient. Makes it a little quicker for me anyway. I got pretty fast at flatting in Photoshop, but now that I've been doing this for like the last 4 years, it's kind of... I almost did this whole project in Photoshop just because of my recording issues with Procreate recently. I actually fixed all of those. Found the problem. It was because when Procreate updated, I was not prepared. This is why you should always read the updates. I gotta make it a point to start doing that. I was just going with blind faith that would be awesome, and it is. Procreate's freaking phenomenal. Everything they've done is great. But since I got a new iPad, I didn't create all my canvases so that they had higher quality recordings, and that was something that was new since the last time I had to do any of that kind of stuff. So that's why my videos of these two liner pieces are a little blurry, because I'll probably release some just at the size that they're at on like Instagram or something, so that you can check it out from that perspective, so you don't get the weird zoom in blur kind of thing. But there's only so much I can do. Now they're recording at 4K at lossless quality, so I shouldn't have that problem in future Procreate videos. Which is good, because I really enjoy Procreate. It makes it easier for me to produce content in the long run. I'd like to do more of that. Really digging this synthwave background music. Why that does that. I've shut off like the touch tool. Basically, it's supposed to be 4 fingers touching down. Zooms back to the full picture. I don't know what it is. I had Pro 11 here. But every now and then, when I put my hand down, it just automatically. What am I doing? Not doing fire. It just automatically will zoom out like that. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. That's what I wanted to do the character first. A, because it's satisfying. B, because this is the one that's going to take the longest. The fire might take a little bit, but a lot more different shaped lines going on in this guy than the rest of it.
Welcome to McDonald's. What can I get you today?
Hi,
fries. She'll have the quarter pounder with cheese, extra mustard,
No pickles.
and I'll have a 10-piece chicken McNuggets.
And 2 sides of ranch, please.
We've done this before.
Spotify
Get it at
ads.
McDonald's when you get 2
That's gonna get
for just
frustrating
$6.
really quickly.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Single item at regular price.
Okay, whatever. Might have to actually pay for that one, I guess. Give me a second. We're just gonna have to deal with it for this stream, guys. Sorry. Remember that. Okay. I will just be right back. Give me 1 second. I'm back! Ugh. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the music all set up here, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm still new to it, and like I said, if it's too quiet or too loud, let me know. We won't worry about that right now. Anyway, let's just go back to... There we go. Okay, back to the flats. Let's not take too long here. Oh no! Digital arts break for the undo tool. Hold on. Might have to do some multitasking while I'm on here because I've got some people messaging me for their tattoo stuff. Okay, so like I said, it doesn't really matter what color this is, but for the sake of ease of access, let's just go with light brown for now. I feel like this jacket color. Okay, and just to make life easier for us, we'll put the line work up top. There we go, bam. So, new layer. See, so essentially, we have him all lined up. Oh, hey. So you do have to do that. Normally, I would have done this before filling, but... lot of them that we're gonna have to do on the alien piece like that. I was not planning ahead. Okay, yeah, let's get the fire cut out as well. Actually, wait, that doesn't matter. I'm gonna be doing the fire layer above it. We might as well get that out of the way now. Okay. These are the most time consuming, so do those first. It'll start looking like I'm actually coloring it in a little bit. We'll get all of our basic colors in. Probably have to look up some pictures. Even though I've seen this movie a bazillion times, I'm not generally paying attention to the exact shade of someone's jacket, you know. That kind of thing. Well, it probably should be. Actually, I didn't do it on this new iPad yet, but a really cool little life hack that I found at one point online that other people have done. So you can actually look this up right on Google, right in an image search. But taking like a still frame of a movie or a TV show or a cartoon or whatever it is that you really like, if you like the color palette of it, just take a freeze frame and purposefully go in and just eyedrop tool and create a whole palette based purely off of just that particular screenshot. And I really like that. On my other iPad, I have a bunch of like Blade Runner 2049 ones because like every scene has gorgeous colors in it. And the palettes themselves are just awesome. So I'm a fan of that. Okay, so obviously I could just keep making these selections rather, all together and then just color drop it all at the same time. Or these flames themselves are, some of them are little and small. I might not see them with just the selection. Ways you can get around that is if I had like a all gray background, which sometimes I do, but I was kind of lazy and just felt like keeping it white for now. I'll get there. There'll be a background color eventually, so it doesn't matter. But this way, if I do them individually on this same layer, I will be able to essentially not forget anything. So my memory is junk. Not the tool we're looking for. Constant problems with palm rejection, I'm gonna have to get a glove out, which it seems that might have to happen. So I am running this at a really high quality in DPI. It's a 17 by 11 canvas with, I think I put 600 DPI on it, so I don't have that many layers. I have like 24 to work with, I think, in Procreate, which should be fine as long as I don't make too many flats of too many colors. We'll deal with it as we go. If it ends up being too much for what I want to do, or not enough layers for what I want to do, we'll compress and make saves. That way I can go back when I inevitably screw something up. Luckily, this is all for fun and kind of as a passion thing anyway. I wouldn't mind. I want to print them off for a poster for me, and if that's something that other people would be interested, I'd be more than down to figure out a way to make posters for others as well. I'm just trying to look into good options for that. I haven't really found any specific thing yet, and also I'd like to work kind of local, like kind of like print shops or something. We're all kind of taking a hit here with the current crazy world we live in, so if I can at least help by supporting the people around me, I will. I will say though, I'm finally getting more comfortable with this new iPad. This took me a little bit. It was a little surprising. You know what? We're gonna make the thing portion of it on top of this layer anyway. Just ignore all the little creepy thing bits. Why I feel like I need to have like an iPad stand to be right in front of me so I can stop worrying about dropping below the camera line here. So I have horrible posture. After I'm done with these flames, I'm going to try to find my part floats here. Just to try to see if I can minimize the impact of these random zoom outs. I don't think it will completely get rid of it, but it will at least solve that problem slightly. I tried to dive into the settings to just remove that as a thing altogether, but I think it's the 4-finger touch. And I have it so that touch is only on macros like that. I just couldn't figure out a way to disable that one. And honestly, it would be a convenient one to have if it wasn't the fact that it just doesn't really work well. I don't very often just jump right back to the full scale one, especially now that they added the little reference window viewfinder dealy there. Which is arguably one of my favorite things that they've introduced into Procreate. Other than animating, because animation's awesome, and it's in Procreate. It's got its limitations for sure, but it's really helping me learn a lot of things, and those limitations, because it's so simple, you can kind of abuse and use to your advantage, which is what I will be bringing up in that little animation video when I get there. Talking about how best to do that. Got kind of a little setup anyway. And it beats having to spend $80 a month on Toon Boom, that's for sure. I'd love to have a big enough project where I could actually justify that in any way, shape, or form. Because I'm not afraid of the $85 a month necessarily. It's the afraid of me not being dedicated to a specific project enough to warrant the $85. Someday. Because I played with it with all its trials and stuff. That I thoroughly enjoy. How they get you. Cleanest. There's gonna be a couple things I'll have to fix later. That's okay. I want to get to the front. Plus, this is fire. I'm probably gonna end up changing a lot of it when it goes anyway, as we go. Considering the line work was there, so I knew where everything was and how my brain was working. But I'm probably gonna match up both the fire and both these pieces a little closer together so that they're taking up more of the same space. I feel like in the alien piece, it's not as full as this. One of the bigger downsides to me doing this on Procreate initially was that I couldn't just, instead of practicals, I couldn't just look at them both at the same time. I mean, I could, I just had to save it to a different device, but I still couldn't put them next to each other easily without having to pull into Photoshop. And I am lazy, so I didn't. But once we start getting into coloring here, I knew I'd want to edit some of these things anyway. If this stream wasn't so impromptu, I would have gotten all this flatting stuff done ahead of time. I've been pretty busy lately. Work's been crazy. Which is a good thing. Not complaining. Really like my privileged job. After these flames, getting a glove. I have to take off my hoodie so it's not too warm. I'm digging this gem. What's it called? ISO, huh? Dig it. Remember that one for later. Still haven't had like a good full day to record some of my own tracks or this sort of thing too. Been really playing with my piccolo guitar a lot lately though. It feels good. It's got me right back into playing guitar. Quite literally, I played that little thing for like 5 days straight, and because I hadn't been playing acoustic instruments in so long, I almost had bloody fingers like the whole time. Callus is all nice and caught back up, so it's a lot more comfortable to play, that's for sure. And I've come up with a couple little riffs that I'd like to turn into little, like, either just looping tracks or something for live streaming or for my videos. That's the goal anyway. Okay, so let's drop no. Let's drop this into there. Bam. We got 1, 2 little bits, 3 little bits left to add. No, we don't want the brush. looks like we got that. Okay, fire layer. Really loud and obnoxious, but that's fine. Here, you know what? Let's do a real fast one. Ready? Add another layer. Put this guy here. Just do. Boom. So it's not as obnoxious. There you go. Oh, no. Kurt. No, not sort. Kurt. The fact that it recognizes my handwriting at all, I guess, is already good enough, but... Okay. Fire. Trying to get into the habit of actually labeling things. It's kind of pointless at the moment anyway, though, because I'm going to be putting them all into folders. Eventually. Okay. So, that's the fire. Like I said, I'm going to grab a glove rope. I shouldn't have to go anywhere. I think that it's in here. We're going to find out, though. That's for sure. Nothing's ever where I thought I put it, though, so this could be pointless. Oh, it's a mask. There's one. Aha! Let's just do a quick refresh. Just make sure I'm not like missing a bunch of things in the chat. Okay. No, because we're all alone. Nobody wants to talk to me today. I also picked the time, though like a pretty bad time to do this at. I was like, oh yeah, let's just chill with a bunch of people, or try to chill with people during work hours. So I might do a second stream later tonight, and at least the flatting will be done then. Let's see here. So, the thing, let's pick a gross fleshy color. Let's make it dirtier. That looks like a gross fleshy color. Let's go with that. Start with. Like I said, these colors don't matter, but you know, we're gonna do it anyway. Yeah, that really is a gross fleshy color. It's perfect. Perfect for the thing. And the little color picker did not do that color justice. Oh, man. Could just be what it just like off of this like very golden yellow, but regardless, it'll be a great starting point. I'm actually kind of excited to get into the weird coloring of the thing, because it's like got all the ooey gooey like zombie colors going on, basically super fleshy with weird green tints and blues and purpley like veiny colors, and I think that that'll be a lot of fun to color. It's gonna probably take a significant amount of trial and error, but fun nonetheless. Plus, this glove seems to be working pretty well. Not the most comfortable thing, but you know, they're like compression gloves, and I'm trying to test these kinds of things out, see if it does anything for me. Right now, because I haven't like worn them in or anything, it just makes it weird to hold a pencil. Cool part about me having really full blinds, I don't have to like get right to the edge of this kind of thing. I can just go anywhere within that black line and it will work enough. Might have to do some edits as I go through the whole thing, but should be good. These 808 claps. I really hope that this music isn't too loud. I did not do any sort of video record test before this, so this stream is essentially the video record test. It doesn't look too loud, but I don't know what too loud looks like, so it could be really loud. Worst case scenario, I'll have to re-edit the volume of things. Too obnoxious, or just leave it up, let people deal with it. That could be fun too. Options are endless. Do whatever I want. That's what makes this channel fun, just to play around, have a good time, do some things, hang out with some people while doing some things, place to show off some art because I'm really bad at doing that. Not that there's anything wrong with just doing art that satisfies yourself, but I'd like to show some of the things I do to people every once in a while. Also, once again, I really just enjoy video editing. I want to learn more about that, how to play with all those programs. And there's a lot for me to learn. I'm still super janky when it comes to that stuff. But I like the practical use of just iterating and trying things over and over again. Hence why I'm doing this whole update with my OBS looking different, my logo is going to be a little bit different. Well, the logo itself, I just changed the color tones to match a little bit, and then the intro logo opening, I'm going to change all of the background. So a lot of the actual animation itself will probably be similar, except I'm redoing it all by hand, so it will be completely new, but it will be the same concept of the thing bouncing into frame. Eyeball bouncing in, except I think I'm going to involve some water and crazy, like, you know, the 80s themed colors here, these like blues and purplies and tealies. By the way, I wasn't trying to theme everything off of like 80s synth, it just so happens that that's what I could get for copyright-free music right now. And I was like, let's do that. Also, these colors were mostly just because they're the coolest ones I had for the lighting in the back. Out of all of the combinations that I could have done, this is the one that I liked most. So I just stick in with it. And since I thoroughly enjoyed this live streaming portion of it, and I'd like to do more of that, it's easier for me to be able to do this than try to find the extra time to record full videos, which I am going to be doing ideally once a week. That's the goal. So far, so good. I mean, for the new year, we'll be working pretty hard on the OBS stream one first. Get that video out this week, and I will be all caught up. If I can do a couple over the weekend, we'll be in even better shape. So that's my goal, is to kind of come up with a video a week, keep iterating, making new art, making new videos, keeping me busy so I don't get distressed or stressed about all of the crazy crap going on in the world, and I get to learn some new things. Plus, it just gives me the excuse to keep doing all these crazy hobbies. Can't go wrong with that. Bit per while. Oh no. I did. Why didn't you tell me? Is this supposed to be in a new layer? Luckily, this is the easiest stage for me to fix that. I can just click that, go to automatic. Oop. Drop that down. Or will it be easy? I guess that's the question. Maybe it won't be. Well, fine. We'll fix that real quick. Should be fairly easy to fix because of this, honestly. One of those ideal mistakes. And we caught it early enough. Now, if we go to the automatic. That, let me just. Oh. Clear. Clean up some of this excess. That will also screw up the way I'm going to fill this. Also, if I thought ahead a little bit, probably could have made this real easy on myself. It'll still not be the hardest thing in the world, but, you know. Basically, once you understand how flatting goes, you can flat certain things, so it's easier just to select the other things. You'll see more of that when I get to the actual character, once I'm flatting out individual colors on, like, his coat and stuff. But since this is a negative spaced slot, it'll be real easy to fill in. But also real easy to be on the wrong layer and make mistakes. And I have a problem of working for an hour and a half on the wrong layer and then losing all of it because there's no way of coming back from it. Alright, so select automatic, fill that in nicely. Go over here. Anyway. No other glaringly unfilled spot. We're good. This yellow glow that I'm getting from my iPad screen. jaundiced up. Matching my logo though, so I guess it doesn't hurt. Okay. So far, so good. Let's go further into this. Go for the creepy thing mouth. Nope. We're on the appropriate layer. Not the appropriate tool though. Still not the appropriate tool. Second here, after I get this portion done up, I'm gonna share this video. I forgot to do that. That's probably why I'm so lonely. Oh, rats. Darn social medias. So bad at it. Realistically, I should probably do that right this second, huh? Alright, let's do that. Pull out the phone. Silly me. Also didn't share it out. Didn't hang out with people appropriately because I suck. Alright, let's get people in here. Almost a whole hour of me just streaming, coloring by myself. Oh wow. Music is idle. Now, at least we checked that out. At least I fixed some of my mistakes. Just a whole hour of chatting to myself, having fun, not having anybody to hang out with. Great, awesome. Let's share this out and actually get some people in here, shall we? Okay. Bam. I feel a little less dumb now. Still feel dumb, but a little less dumb. Now if I'm all lonely, it's because I'm an idiot and nothing else. Or because nobody cares. One of the two. Regardless, it's fine. Still coloring, still having fun. Good to know though that the audio works really well. That took me a surprisingly long time to figure out. I'm also not particularly proud of, but it's true. It took me a bit. And they do not make it easy to share these things on your business Facebook accounts here. Not at all. Sorry, I will get back to the art in just a second. I'm just trying to fill up this stream as best I can here. So I'm not so lonely. I don't want to be lonely anymore. Okay. So for those watching the recording of this, that will know that I'm a total moron. I've already told everybody, so you don't have to tell anybody else. I'll make fun of myself all by myself, okay? I don't need help. That being said, why is this not popping up as a stream? I know I'm live streaming. Dashboard. What? Okay, fine. We'll do it on the computer then. Stream settings. Copy the URL. Go to Facebook. Technical issues is par for the course. It's kind of just how I roll at this point. I don't even know why I'm trying to share it on my business page. Facebook is still stopping me from doing anything, so because they want me to give them money, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not making money doing this, so why would I give you money to do it? Seems stupid. Yeah, someday, if I have enough followers where I have a goal and I want to actually make some money, okay, then totally. Well, I color. Bam. Okay, cool. Now if nobody shows up, it's not because I forgot to tell everyone that there's a thing. Stop telling me what to do, Facebook. Let's go back to the stream. Ooh. Weird lag. Now let's refresh. Okay. Back to flatting. That's okay. Maybe by the time people get in here, I can do some real coloring and not just flatting things out the whole time. That's just, try to be optimistic. I'd like to. Maybe tonight we'll do, the second half of this, or second part of this stream could be whiskey and drawing or coloring. So that sounds delightful. Love me a good sip of whiskey. Okay, so here, let's two birds this. Well, that makes very little sense. See, this is what I meant by my lighting and contrast doesn't really add up everywhere. See, while I was working on this, I was also super sick with COVID, and I was kind of just mindlessly adding lines everywhere, which I think made it look really cool, but at the same time, it's, not all of it makes sense with the lighting. Not that my lighting always has to make sense in this particular circumstance. It's a piece of art, but, I'd like it to make some sort of sense. So that the contrast and line work has some semblance of meaning. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really working on this project for the selfish reason that I thought it was a cool idea and I really want to put it up next to my station at the shop. So this was all a ploy for me to make myself a cool poster. Which, you know, is totally something that I do. See, while I'm at work, I'm doing commissions for everybody else. While I'm at home, they're commissions for me. That's why I don't generally sell like original pieces or anything, because I kind of made them for family or myself, and impressing somebody else wasn't really part of it. Okay, so you can switch to the remove tool, so I can deselect sections. This is what I was talking about before. This is what makes Procreate so good. You can do this in Photoshop too, but it's just something about the comfort of it on the with the Apple Pencil is really nice. Okay. Now the real question is, why was my stream set to private? Must have done some sort of update or something, because I don't think I've ever set a stream to private before. Don't see why I would. Kind of defeats the point of streaming. I have plenty of recording software that doesn't require me to upload it to the internet, so I don't know why that's a feature. Other than like preparing a stream and testing something out, that makes sense. But as we discussed earlier, not really one for testing things out. I feel like we just go on the fly. The first stream is the test stream. Oh, I messed that up. Okay. Oh, no, wait, I didn't. Sweet. Okay, cool. Never mind. Take that back. Okay. Let's put the gross fleshy color in. Oh, that's such a gross fleshy color. Okay. Hey, at least my computer is handling this very well. I had a couple of streams a while back that it was not that was not the case. It was not handling things well at all. And probably need to get a new router. So as a forewarning, if my internet starts bugging out and being crazy, that's why. At least I think that's why. See, I have a theory, which is do everything in my power to not have to call Spectrum, because I don't like dealing with Spectrum. So, you know, if that involves me having to spend $200 on a new router just to make sure that that's not the problem, well, then I'm going to do it. And also, I'll have the benefit of a $200 nice gaming router that will hold more devices, because I had made the mistake a few years back of not updating my router for a long time. And when I finally did and got a new wireless router, I realized how much of an idiot I was. Because turns out technology advances fairly quickly over time. Which meant that, you know, the old potato router I was running it off of was just not doing the job it should have. Okay. Gross fleshy color. most of the way there. We don't have that much of the thing left to do. And by the thing, I mean the thing, the creature, not the drawing. There's a lot to do left in the drawing. But the thing itself is almost all flatted. Talking about rebooting this movie, and I will be very disappointed if that's what they actually do. I'll still watch it, but I want Kurt Russell. He better be in it. Like, that's the only way I'll accept it. I'll accept a complete new reboot if it's still about Kurt Russell. Or I'll accept a sequel, because I feel like there's definitely room for that. I feel like you could make a cool new version of it, and that'd be great. The reboots themselves, especially of cult classics, I'm just not a fan of. I don't mind continuing things, or even the prequel was good. I'm not going to complain about that. I like that. I feel like there is a world where we could tell a cool sequel to this story. Eh. Okay. On to the legs. These should be faster though. Lots of them straight lines. At least one can hope. Undid a line on accident. Things that I do on a regular. Yeah, you know what though? It is my palm rejection that was doing all that weird flip backy stuff. Which I figured that's what it was. But I don't know why I had to put a glove on to dodge it. My other little gloves, I will say these compression gloves are working really well for that though. My other little, like, they're specifically for tablet drawing gloves. They're just too thin and they still seem to register through. So I'm glad that these work this way. However, I do feel like, I know it defeats the point of compression gloves, but I think I'm gonna get like the next size up so they don't actually compress. They just work for what I really wanted them for. Like I said, I know I recognize that just completely defeats the purpose. But they'll support my purpose instead. Could probably just get regular gloves for that too, but you know. These ones are conveniently fingerless. Okay. Clickety click. Okay. Back to it. Fleshy color. A little bit more of that left. Oop, too far. Get both of these things. I don't need them to be separated because the lines are nice and thick, and I'll do that by hand when we get to actually coloring it. This is just so I have all of the thing on its own layer. One little limb thing. This hat is getting in the way of the face. Okay, let's see here. Spider limbs. Boom. Rename. Oop. Thing. Okay, done. Okay. That's 3 of my 24 layers already. Okay, or 4 rather. 5 if you got the background. We won't worry about the background for now, but we will start doing this. RJ. That's not RJ. RJ. It's gonna be B. Yep. That's not what we want at all. R dot J dot. There we go. Problem solved. Okay, so now that we have this layer all selected, if realistically, if I was really lazy, and I'm pretty lazy, so I might end up doing this, and it also saves layers, I would just color everything right on here. But what I can do is actually just select this, and now that I have just Mr. Kurt here all selected, I can go through with, oh no, I guess it's not going to let me just do that, huh? Well, we can automatically, we can go in here, we can grab this, we can automatically select that. We'll put it all the way up to right before the threshold here, so it gets all the way to the edge. And then we can switch to this. Go to the other layer, so I don't forget. And we can make life easier by, for instance, just, oh, why is it? Okay, it dropped the tool on me. Anyway, I guess we're not going to be able to do it easier at the moment, but we will. You'll see in a second. I can still do it easily with a little bit of a slightly different method. So essentially, I'm not going to get too crazy trying to get all the accuracy of every bit of this said beard here, but probably should. I'll clean it up later when I'm using brushes and kind of painting a little bit with it. So now that I have that, connect those. Oh, I know what I do. Reference layer. There we go. I'm just dumb. Okay, so take that that gross fleshy color. We'll go a little higher and we'll make it a little bit more tan here because it's not the same. That way we got that. See how it only, even though I put the selection tool, the lasso tool outside of it, it's referencing this first brown layer here, and it's still on its own layer. So now I'm going to actually we'll get the hands on that same layer, because why not? There's that. Let's actually, I don't have a second monitor going right now. Zoom that down. My bad habits. Let's do so like what I was saying before, is it gets easier and easier as you're using your lasso tool here, because eventually you don't even really have to worry about dodging things too easily, because I know that that skin layer is above the layer I'm currently making, which is going to be this here flamethrower. So I can grab us a gray silvery color here. Bam. Put that there. We're going to stick with the same layer for a moment though. And we're going to get the flamethrower itself. Messy. Sorry, these headphones, I have to break them in. They're not the most comfortable yet. Pretty cheap though. Solid monitor headphones for 20 bucks. Can't go wrong with that. Little Tascams off Amazon. Sound pretty good, just not the most comfortable. I will be buying some much nicer ones in the near future here. Why? Oh man, that's got to be a. I'm sorry for like the weird looking texture that seems to be going through on my stream at the moment. Let's see if that's actually going over too. It is. We're gonna have to. Well, anyway, we'll get the flatting going for sure. I'll figure out what that problem is. I think I need to refresh my iPad connection because it's doing something funky. Oh no, it's all sorts of glitchy. Here, I'll refresh that in just a moment. Let me get this lasso tool around here. Remember if the fire was in front. Oh, we'll pretend that it is. Oh man. See, my iPad is currently wirelessly connected to my computer, which is probably a poor choice and something that I should probably fix in the future for these types of streams. But, you know, there's an easy way to solve the problem at the moment, and if it's just a little glitchy every once in a while, it's not the end of the world. Okay. Drop that in. Oh, see, because now it's looking fine. I don't get it. Okay. Nope, it's doing it again. We're gonna try to fix that. It's not OBS, that's for sure. So it's gotta be this. Don't mind me, people here. Oh God. Let's just disconnect that. Oh. Stop that. It's gonna disappear for a second. Or it's not. It's just gonna stay up frozen. I'll load that back in. Yeah. We're just gonna have to rescale it. There we go. See if that holds up for us. Looks like it. Doesn't look like it's doing any of that weird glitchy thing. Which is good. Okay. Let's see here. Let's do a quick. Can't remember what color his pants are, but we'll go with like a jean color for now. Like I said, none of the colors matter at the moment. We're just flatting anyway. And we'll do the pants next. Okay, let's get the off-white dirty. Oh, it's glitching again. Son of a bitch. don't know why that's being stupid. Kind of called it that technical difficulties would be an issue here. Let me try to figure out why. Okay. Shut that down for good here. Go back in here. Let's mute that. Okay. At least things seem to be at least functioning now. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just going to lower my mic a little bit here. Try to keep it out of the frame still. I will... Because it looked like that was what was causing all the issues. And it is the only wireless part of this at the moment. Data transfer cable is over here. Let's see if we can just solve this problem. Because if plugging it in directly solves it, that'll make my life easier. Do I have a port? I do. Anybody want to bet any money as to whether or not this jacks up everything? It probably will. It might not. I should be more optimistic. Okay. Plugged in. Yes, trust. Alright. We got that. Now if we go into this, open up Mirage here. If we screen mirror, go like that. Let's see if this does this the right way. I don't know if this is actually going to be doing it through the cord. I've not tried it corded yet. But darn it, we're going to find out. Okay. Are you going to implode on yourself? Oh, still not the same one. Okay, so let's go to the new refreshed one. And rescale. Sucks that I can't get the program to just be scaled constantly to where I want it to be and stay. But you know, free programs are free programs. They get the job done. You didn't have to spend money on it. And that's somewhat of a success. There we go. Bam. It looks like we got it. Let's get these here grenades. The C4 all shaded in. We'll go with C4 and duct tape. Why not? We'll go with both. Actually, I think that I don't even think it was duct tape. I think it was. It looks like it's black, so it's like gaff tape. The wife and pup are home, so eventually we're going to hear puppy cries from outside of my door. It's generally what happens. That's okay, I've been streaming for like an hour now. I'll try and do it a little bit later too. So there's that. that. Let's go with one of those. Now we'll forgot, essentially, because the way I did this, the jacket is the back. Which is fine. That won't hurt anything in the long run, but I don't think. Maybe we'll find out, won't we? Side one done. Oh, those are from fingers. I will adjust and touch those up as we go. I don't think there's any more of the gap tape showing. So there's that. However, just because we can, we might as well. Make this black. Heard a rumor that I haven't quite verified in any way, shape, or form, but in the scenes of the thing where Kurt Russell is running around with dynamite strapped to him, that it's real dynamite. Now that, like I said, I don't know if that's true. Would I be surprised if that happened in a John Carpenter movie? No. But it also sounds a bit like one of those kind of rumors where they're like, did you know that on the set of The Thing, that they only had real dynamite and Kurt Russell didn't know about it? Ooh. Could be, though. Like I said, I'd believe it. I don't know if I do, but I could believe it. Anyway, let's actually take this brown color. Let's go right above the pants here. Do a belt. I'll probably go right back to the right back to our flamethrower layer there and get the belt buckle in there. Might as well do the zipper over here too. Oh, I did it again. There's that. Yeah, let's just go hit up the... Essentially, it's like our metal layer at this point. Grab the metal color. We'll get this zipper. And this buckle? Okay. And let's... So we need the poofiness of the jacket. We need a darker brown. Actually, here, wait. Let's actually do the jacket, and we'll make the jacket the darker brown for now. Even though I know the straps are supposed to be darker. Like I said, this doesn't matter at this stage. It's just me being a goose and... Realistically, though, if we go underneath all of those layers, we go right here. We could easily just do all the jacket stuff by just, not by using a brush, that's for sure. We could just do this. Oh no, we've missed a piece of pants over there. All right. All together. We'll get that in there eventually. But first, let's actually drop this color in there. We're gonna, just for the sake of knowing, knowing and noticing mistakes, change, oh god. There we go. Change that red so I know if I'm on that layer. Just see if I get rid of the jacket. It's red now. Okay. So now that we have that brown, let's go back to this layer. Because it's all the jacket. Realistically, we should kind of like this cream color. We'll go a little lighter though. Bit of the jacket here. Probably should put this on a separate layer. I don't feel like it. Like I said, I'll get lazy every once in a while. Will I regret that? Maybe so. We will find out. Let's do that thing again. Ugh. Turns out it looks like plugging my iPad in does just the thing. Or it could be like a timed out thing where I just had to fully refresh the program. I guess we will find out over time. So I assume if I'm going to be doing more coloring pieces like this, then I will probably be streaming for longer than just an hour or so. Currently at right now, so I will probably be finishing at least this flatting portion up in a minute here. So I'll be ready to do a round 2 with Alien in a little bit. We'll see how my pup and my wife are doing first. Also, I think if I go on a little later tonight, more likelihood of getting some people in here to hang out and chat with. Gotta love the aviator jacket. Okay. Yeah, let's actually do it with this layer. Actually, we could do it with the flamethrower one. That makes more sense. Because I wasn't smart. Can't show you another little trick that I've learned. I did not, because once again, I didn't separate the layers. Remember I said I'd regret that a second ago? Here's that little bit of regret. Because I put this portion of it underneath the layer that I'm on, so I need to not go over it. And I didn't put this little white section in separately, so I can't just delete it quickly, which is my usual sort of thing. Select, paint down, select the other layer, and then delete it delete the layer I'm working on the coloring. Then it'll just instantly crop out the shape of that layer within the one I'm working on. I'll figure out a way to fit that in one of these, this or the alien piece, to show off how that works, because it's really good. I actually got it from another YouTuber named Mike Henry, and it's a great thought process for how to use Procreate to its best ability. So again, limitations aren't a bad thing. So limitations force you to be a little craftier. I personally like that little added challenge. Cool. Perfect. Let's do this over here now. Oop, not too far. Right there. Okay. And just for fun, let's get the hair in there too. Normally I probably would just do that with the skin layer, but just out of laziness, just do it at the same time. Oh, here. Can do this though. fixing that up as we go, but for now, that's not bad. So for the most part, this is flatted out. These aren't the final colors, like I said. These are just temp colors to get us there. I'll be looking up some reference pictures and stuff as I actually get to the real coloring portion of this, and then I'll obviously be messing around with contrast and lighting. But by doing this now, it's really easy to just jump in, because if I want to select any individual thing, I can just literally go into my menu and select it. So now I'm only be painting on where the area of the thing is. Then you can make new layers to kind of do that. I mean, let's see here at this moment in time. How are we doing on layer management, huh? So as far as layers go right now, we've used 12, we have 13 left. That's plenty of space. My background itself will only probably be like 2 or 3 max, and that's mostly just so I can try out things with multiply layers at the end. I pretty much have all of the layers other than like an added contrast layer for like Kurt Russell's character himself, because I like to do most of my shading on one layer. And like I said, if I start running low on layers, I'll start merging things as they're finished. So it just makes life a lot easier in the long run. Anyway, I think that now is a good time to call it for at the moment, because we actually have this one all flatted out, and we will end up flatting out the alien piece. Probably, I might even do it a little later tonight. Keep an eye out on my socials, because I would like to see if people, what time of day people enjoy jumping on to hang out with me streaming. Earlier in the day usually works out pretty well for me on Mondays, but we'll figure it out. Worst case scenario, I also have Thursdays too, so we'll see if we can start getting things. Like I said, I want to do a stream if I can a week, and get a real video up a week, just because I enjoy streaming. It's a lot of fun, even if there is some troubleshooting or me just being stupid and keeping it set to private for an hour. It's silly. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to be hopefully jumping on later. Keep an eye out. We'll see you soon.